But well, for our next story, we cross over to the great county of Isiolo, and to be specific, in Garbatula, where my colleague Regina Manyara has been keeping tabs with Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, which has been having a number of projects in the northern corridors. And today they are in Garbatula. Let's listen to what they have to tell us in regards to the projects that KENHA is undertaking in that great county of Isiolo. Over to you, Regina.
Experiencing some rains today, but for us who are in Garbatula, I'm sure we will not be experiencing that because it is quite hot. You can see the state we are in. This is exactly 45 kilometers from Kulamawe. We are looking, or rather tracking the project 45 kilometers in. This is lot 2. So yesterday we were here, we were in Isiolo all the way to Kulamawe, and now we've started to just look at the status report of this particular initiative that has already been pegged as quite vital, not just for Kenya, but also for Somalia and Ethiopia. But where we are in Garbatula, we are looking at the economic import, in terms of trade and logistics, as well as social economic development. The big question is, what is the status report of this particular project? To shine more light on where we are in terms of status report, I'd want to call on this particular makeshift set here, none other than the resident engineer, that is Engineer Justus, to just bring us up to speed where we are and what import Garbatula has in as far as this particular project is concerned. Thank you very much, sir, for making time. So give us a brief intro of yourself and why you are the resident engineer, or what does that mean, being the resident engineer?
All right, thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm Engineer Justus of Fridus Otwani, the resident engineer for Lot 2, Kulamawe Modogash. Kulamawe Modogash project is 128 kilometers long, comprising of 113 kilometers of main road and 15 kilometers of the Garbatula spar road. So where we're standing right now is one of the bridges, the two main bridges on the spar road, and this is 10 kilometers from the start of the spar and 45 kilometers from the start of our road at Kulamawe.
Mm-hmm. Would it be prudent to say that Garbatula is quite important in as far as this project is concerned, because it also helps, optimize the Lapsset corridor?
Well, that is true. We are very close to where the Lapsset corridor crosses the road from Kina to Garbatula. And therefore, Garbatula Market Center is a critical market center where we have facilities such as the Level 4 hospital that serves this region. And we also have the famous Garbatula High School, which is around national facilities, other institutions around here. Therefore, this is the critical center for this sub-county.
All right. So in as far as the project is concerned, let us know where we are in terms of the completion timelines, and what are the completion timelines for Lot 2 in this particular project? Okay.
In terms of the contract, this project is scheduled for completion by 2nd of May 2027. Where we are at right now, we're about 50% done with the works. We have done 35 kilometers of asphalt concrete surfacing. We have done 85 kilometers to final earthworks level. We have completed most of the major structures. All the 38 box culverts are done. The bridges are at 80% complete. The crosspipe culverts are at 70% complete. Improved subgrade kilometers of road, that will work out to about 70% of the project.
All right. So this particular project has also been termed as climate efficient, and where we're finding ourselves, this particular bridge that you have mentioned is right next to a seasonal river. Or a seasonal river. We are talking about expected high rains and such. How are you planning, to deal with those climatic changes if they come, especially now that you're currently undertaking this particular project?
That's a very good question. Before we started, at the beginning of the project, as part of the scope of works, we had to carry out a design review. And as part of that design review, we reviewed the capacity of cross-drainage structures. And therefore, we have enhanced the cross drainage capacity, such that in case we have heavy rains, we had very, very heavy 2023, and we learned a lot from that. We have enhanced our road. We have raised the road levels an average of 2 meters above the abutting land. As you may know, this is a very flat area from Kulamawe all the way to Modogash. It is generally level, and design-wise, the road has to be raised above the abutting land to enable us to put in the right sizing of cross drainage. So we have already incorporated that, and we believe that as situations like happened between Garissa and Modogash, where we had about 4 sections cut off, that's unlikely to happen in this road because we've taken care of that in our design.
All right. So as we bring this to a close, you have been working on this particular project for several months now. What do you think has been the socio-economic input, especially for the community where this project is currently underway?
Well, I think for the immediate to the community has been in I think we had about 600 of the local community members working. And by local, I mean communities living along the project road at Kulamawe, Garbatula, Boji, Kambisamaki, Eldera, onwards. These are settlements along the project road. At the peak, we had about 600 number of these local staff employed within the project. So that is a major benefit to the local community here. And that also goes with the benefit of the training that they've gained from this project in terms of acquisition of requisites